my girls with me.
Out towards Chloe Rolly, wonderful step from the Scotland international, gliding away, running away, sprinting away, stunning score!
Lewis on the wraparound. This might work out for Thompson. They're going to put a little bit more on it, and then they're over.
Large on the ball, lovely flighted pass, Tatiana Hurd with a straight line, streaking towards the try line in the opening minute. She spills away, dives over the line, wonderful fly from Tatiana Hurd.
Megan Gunner puts the afterburners on. Shannon Harris, 2-on-1 is Lydia Thompson. Oh no, you're not going to catch Lydia Thompson from there. Scott, oh, it's intercepted by Emily Scarrett. They won't catch Emily Scarrett from there. The long legs just eating up the ground. Oh, Chloe Rowley's making her way back, but she won't catch her. Emily Scarrett has been on fire.
Carson again, she's having an absolute stormer of a second half. The Canadian international still going, gets the offload out. Lottie Clark bursts away from the tackles, gives it off. Carson again, looks around the outside, Packer for the hat-trick. What a score from Saracens. What a comeback.
Someone ride with me. Oh my girls with me. Ride with me.
Turnover by Malloy. And McDonald sets off. Claudia McDonald. Mack is back and in fine style. Oh, it's a fine strike. Marston controlling brilliantly. Now Bristol Pack going forward. It's a penalty try. Oh, now there's a gap. Burgess.
Ride with me. Oh my girls with me.
Good afternoon and welcome to Hartpury College. Well, we're days away from the community rugby game coming back in England, and soon home haircuts are going to be a thing of the past. But that's all about the Allianz Premier 15's, and I'm delighted to say I've been joined today by Gloucester-Hartpury centre Millie Wood. Millie, thanks very much for joining us. Big game today against your arch rivals, Worcester Warriors. You played them last time in December in the reverse fixture. What can we expect from them today?
Well, I mean, you can see from the team sheet their physical outfit, definitely in the forwards. But if you follow on Instagram, you'll see every week, you know, they've got their back three and their centres always, you know, try of the week nominees. So they're a real threat out wide in the backs, but a big pack in the middle. So, I mean, a threat all over the park really. But I think, you know, we'll match them really well, and it'll be a really good battle today.
Obviously, you were playing last week, had a great game out here against the MP Durham Sharks, a massive win. What's the mood been like in camp since then? Oh,
it's been great, you know. Coming into training on a Tuesday after a win, there's always much more positive attitude. It's nice to have analysis on a Monday and have a lot of positives to look at. We're under no illusion this game will be tougher, but we come into every game with the same sort of you know, mindset and our tactics for the team that we're playing. So, you know, we're prepped, we're ready to go, and yeah, we'll see what happens today.
Well, what about the pitch as well? Because this is just incredible conditions today. It's perfectly still, it's quite warm, it's great spring rugby weather, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're so lucky here at Hartpury to have, you know, the groundskeepers that we do, and the pitch is looking great today. So, like I say, with the Worcester back three and with our back three, it could be a really exciting backs game.
Well, Hartpury College, an excellent institution, perfect pitches, perfect education. If you want to find out more, have a look at this. Millie, you had a great game last weekend, but out injured this week. Tell us what's going on.
Things happen in training. We had a big load on Tuesday, and I'm just struggling with a few back issues at the moment. But it's nothing that won't pass. I'm glad that I've been able to rest this weekend, and hopefully it will get me in a really good place to go for next week.
Well, Hannah Jones was supposed to be starting at outside centre today. This morning she was pulled out with a little niggle as well. And we've seen Sophie Tandy come in to start at 13. She scored a hat-trick last week, so it's not a bad set of replacements to come in at outside centre. No,
and I think that's something that's really great about our squad is we do have the strength and depth that when, your starting 13 can't play, and then, I was on the bench to take over there, and I've now pulled out. Someone like Tandy, who has been struggling with an injury since the beginning of the season, comes in last week, scores a hat-trick, ready to go straight away again. It's testament to her strength and her mindset in the game that she's so excited to go and play today, and it's a really good opportunity for her.
So who are the key players we can keep an eye out for from Gloucester-Hartpury today?
I mean, as always, you've got Zoe Oldcroft in the forwards. It would be great to see her, making the line breaks as she always does. In the back line, we've got Lundy at 12 punching the line she did last week. Then you've got Kelly on the edge, who'll be really exciting, as I keep mentioning, with being a back three game. I can see good things from Kelly today.
Well, that's what we've got here on the sideline. Here's what the coaches had to say earlier on. Sean, great game last week. How's the mood been in camp over the last 7 days?
Yeah, very good. The camp's always a happy camp when you get a good win, but also it's a local derby and everybody loves a derby day.
Yeah, big rivalry between Gloucester and Worcester. What can you expect from them coming today?
Yeah, Worcester are a very good outfit, and the coach with them, she's she gets good structure with them, and I'm expecting them to come at us with a good run in rugby, but also when they're in the 22, they've got a good set of forwards.
It's near perfect conditions today. It's absolutely great sort of spring morning for rugby, afternoon for rugby. What sort of areas of the game are you looking to exploit in Worcester's backline?
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a good track out there today. So we're just hoping to make sure we win the physical battle today and go from there. And everything's on play on the front foot. And if that's coming through your boot, go with that. Get a good kick chase because we know how threatening Worcester can be.
And in terms of the last sort of few games of the season, we're approaching I think this is the fourth to go, isn't it, really, now? It's going to come around quickly. Where do you think you can finish in the league table coming into the final few games?
It's a tough one, and so we're 10 points off Exeter, who are sitting at 5th. Like I said to the girls, let's just control what we can, and Exeter to see if they can slip up, and then we go from there. But the key thing is, if we can control these next 2 weeks today and DMP away next week, then who knows what can happen.
Sean, thanks very much for talking to us. All the
Lovely.
best today.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Thanks,
Thank
Sean.
you.
Cheers. Joe, big game in prospect today, big rivalry between Worcester and Gloucester. What are you looking forward to most about today?
Yeah, it is a bit of a local derby, and I know that when they came to us, it was a really challenging game, which obviously they came away with the result. So we know they've got some really strong players, haven't they? People like Zoe Allcroft coming back into the mix. We know what she can do. So, yeah, we know it's going to be a big challenge today.
So looking back at this season so far, or into the sort of final few games, how do you think your team's progressed in the last sort of, 8 months or so, isn't it now?
Yeah, really well. It's been a difficult season across the league, hasn't it? It's been a little bit stop-start. But on the whole, we're really pleased with their progress. Like some of the work that's going on behind the scenes, behind the scenes with sort of the staff and the support that the girls are getting has been great, and we're starting to see that on the field. And there's been some really strong and improved performances, and we haven't maybe got the results that we've wanted, but there's definitely been an improvement in the performance.
The last few games between yourself and Gloucester-Hartpury have been quite close. Are we expecting a similar sort of cagey game today?
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a tight game and a really physical game because neither team is going to want to take a backward step.
Are there any particular areas in their side that you're looking to exploit today, or keeping your cards close to your chest?
Yeah, there's always bits but to be honest, the main focus has been on ourselves, and actually getting things right for ourselves as much as anything, to be honest.
Joe, thanks very much for talking
Thank
to us.
you.
All the best. Cheers.
We've got the budget to afford two ARs and the ref, so we just want 2 referees. I went, that's more expensive.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Al Pass Arena. Fantastic afternoon in prospect here. Rivals Gloucester-Hartpury taking on Worcester Warriors. This is the Allianz Premier 15's.
Well, you heard what the coaches had to say, and you heard what Millie Wood had to say, and she is in the commentary box with me now. Millie, fantastic game in prospect here today. What can we expect from your Gloucester-Hartpury girls?
Well, off the win last week, I think the girls are in a really good mood. We know the battle that's coming up against us with Worcester. We need maximum points from the game today, and I think the girls are ready and raring to go.
Well, let's take a quick look at the league table then. It's Gloucester-Hartpury that are currently at the top of the pecking order, sitting sixth in the table. And some 15 points or so behind our Worcester Warriors. The last three meetings between these two sides of the Millie, Gloucester-Hartpury taking all three victories. So it's the history chart is playing in your favour today.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we had a really tough battle with them back in December. It was a close game. So, today could bring that too.
Well, it was a rest week for Worcester last week, but they won their previous game 31-21 against Sale Sharks. It was, of course, an emphatic win here last weekend for Gloucester-Hartpury. 74-7 winners against DMP Durham Sharks. These are the fixtures in this weekend's Allianz Premier 15's. Full schedule, and these are the most recent results from all the sides. Gloucester 2 wins out of their last 3. Big win against another rival, Bristol Bears, a couple of games ago. Well, Worcester Warriors then, as you mentioned, good win against Sale Sharks last time in round 16, 31-21 victory then. Did have a tough loss against Loughborough Lightning back in round 15, but they'll be looking to bounce back today. It's always a good game between Gloucester-Hartpury and Worcester. And Millie, you were part of the victorious side back in December in the return fixture at Six Ways. What can we really expect from Worcester today?
Well, as mentioned earlier, they've got a really exciting back three, as do we. If you follow the Allianz Premiership on Instagram, you'll see every week Worcester have got contenders for Try of the Week. Jade Sheckles at 13. We've obviously got Sophie Tandy coming through at 13 today after a couple of injuries. But off the back of her scoring a hat-trick last week, I think she'll have a load of confidence in that outside channel. And I think that'll be some really good matchups out wide.
Well, let's take a look at both the teams then. A few changes from both sides compared to previous games. We've got Perry Jones and Caris Hale coming into the front row for Gloucester-Hartpury. Gwen Crabb comes into the starting lineup with Zoe Oldcroft, the captain. Her second row partner, Robin Locke, Georgia Brock and Tabitha Copson make up the back row. Consistent half-back pairing of Bianca Blackburn and Daisy Farhay. Centres are Rachel Lund and Sophie Tandy, who comes into the starting lineup. She was supposed to be on the bench this morning. Hannah Jones is out with a niggle. Sophie Tandy, who got that hat-trick last weekend on her first start of the season, shifts one place in to outside centre. And the back three then, Ellie Underwood, another hat-trick hero from last weekend, continues on the left wing. Kelly Smith, who was in the commentary box with me last week, fresh off the back of a rest week, starts on the right wing. And Emma Singh, well, 24 points last weekend, great performance from her. She rounds things off at full-back. Well, Worcester Warriors then. Carol Thomas, Karis Phillips, the captain at hooker, and Flo Long make up the front row. It's Cara Brinkat, Amelia Buckland-Hurry in the second row. Bricknell, Callender and Matthews. Matthews, a Rugby World Cup winner back in 2014, 40 England caps. Keep an eye out for her today. Katie Mattinson and Sarah Nicholas, the half-back pairing. Varley and Sheckles in the centres. Laughlin and Farries on the wings, and Caris Cox at fullback for Worcester Warriors. Well, both sides just taking a knee before kick-off there. Things to get underway. Perfectly still day. Well, it was perfect sunny conditions last weekend, Millie, but it was a bit blustery out on that field, wasn't it? Much better conditions today.
Yeah, it was slightly windy last week. We definitely had tactics to do with kicking for territory, so we'll see what the tactics are today.
And it's Gloucester-Hartpury that get things underway here at the Al Pass Arena. Well collected from Worcester Warriors. Try and drive through the midfield early on. Change of direction straight away. We can certainly expect, whilst there's no crowds or supporters here today, I'm sure the finishers and replacements from both sides were making a lot of noise on the touchline, really.
Oh, absolutely. You know, the subs for Gloucester always bring the noise.
You good there? Whenever you're ready.
Oh, free kick to Gloucester then. Good position early on in this game. Perry crashing up on the edge of the Worcester 22. Brock this time. Worcester have the numbers in defence on this near touchline, so Fahe has to take it in. Still going through lock. Great steal at the breakdown from Worcester. Gloucester-Hartpury couldn't find a way into the 22, and it was a great steal from their fly half, Sarah Nicholas. Good intent from both sides in these early few minutes, Millie.
Yeah, our composure in that area of the pitch is something we've been working really hard on recently, and I think the girls would be quite frustrated that it's turned out that way so early on in the game, but something that we'll gather and talk about, and I'm sure we'll pick that up from now.
Well, Worcester kick for touch and have a line out just inside their own half. First chance to see what their captain Karis Phillips can do with the line out ball. 51 Wales caps, experienced international. But a great take from Zoe Oldcroft.
She's taking the ball, she's fine.
And Gloucester-Hartpury turn that line out on its head. Here they go then. Robin Locke. Well, Rachel Lerner looked as if she might be able to get the offload away there, but does well to stand up in contact. Singh down the right wing now.
I think you can see already from this game that physicality around the breakdowns will be really important in retaining a ball and getting that momentum with a quick ball.
A bit of space down the left for Gloucester-Hartpury. Robin Locke just being brought to ground. She had Ellie Underwood on her outside. Fahe, show and go, takes it into contact on her own. Looks like there might be some space in the 15-metre channel. Gloucester-Hartpury trying to suck in the defence as Fahe just dinks it forward, and that rolls into touch. And Worcester will have a line out just inside their own 10-metre line. Struggling for space, Gloucester-Hartpury.
Yeah, that line speed from Worcester is just suffocating, isn't it? We're struggling with some options at the back, so hopefully we can get on the front foot with a few kicking options and get some go forward from there.
Better line out ball this time from Worcester. Huge hit coming in from Gloucester-Hartpury. Brock does well to bring down Buckland Hurry as Worcester chip that one forward. It's still in field. Here's Underwood. Well, we've seen her in broken play last week. How far can she go this time? She scored after collecting a loose ball from a similar position last week, but doesn't quite get the same space today. Gloucester-Hartpury have some numbers. Singh just slipping around Farries.
Still going. Gloucester-Hartpury inside the Worcester 22 now. Fahey looking for some space, decides to go on her own. Loose ball, and the referee decided to bring this one back for the earlier infringement.
Offside. Again, our composure in that area is very frustrating, but lucky to get away with that one with the advantage. So let's, kick for corner, get some good line-out ball.
Gloucester-Hartpury working really hard to try and suck in the defence. There's not much space out there at the minute, is there? But just managed to find Emma Singh on this near touchline. She slipped into some space. Worcester's defence, though, so far holding strong.
That's for you on the edge. On the edge, step out, please. Worcester, step out, please. Thank you.
First chance to see Kelsey Jones at hooker for Gloucester-Hartpury today. Well taken off the top. Lund trying to crash in through the midfield. Had a great game last weekend against the MP Durham Sharks, and Fahey picking out Sophie Tandy this time. Crash once again through Holdcroft, the captain. Hale this time into the starting lineup this week.
Thank you, three.
Opting to keep it in close quarters at the minute, Gloucester-Hartpury just trying to break down this blue wall. Huge hit coming in though from Flo Long for Worcester Warriors.
Fine. Just step back. Thank you.
Terry with the carry, straighten things up. Trying to swing the momentum back as Fahey tries to dink it over the top. It's been blocked and Worcester have it.
No.
Well collected by Alex Matthews for Worcester Warriors. It looked as if there was some space over the defensive line there. Really unlucky, Millie, wasn't it?
Yeah, as I say, bringing the kicking options into the game can really keep a defence honest, and unfortunately for Daisy on that occasion didn't quite pull off, but I wouldn't be surprised if she gives that another go later on in the game.
Use it. Three, let go. Thank you.
Mattinson with the box kick. Underwood does well to keep it in field, and it's broken play here. What can she do? Still going Underwood. Finds her way into the Worcester 22. Great offload into the hands of Rachel Lund. Lund stepping back, hands it over to Oldcroft. Oldcroft might be in for the opening score. Zoe Oldcroft, the captain, with the first try of the game for Gloucester-Hartpury. Well, where did that come from?
Such a combination there from how exciting Ellie is on the ball, in broken play. Offload to Lundy, who's such a strong runner, and then who else to finish it off with a huge handoff but Zoe Oldcroft. What a try.
I mean, superb offload from Underwood to Lund. It looked like she was going to take the ball to ground, and again another superb offload this time from Lund to Oldcroft. And well, she scored last week and she's continued that form here today. All right, falls to the reliable right boot of Emma Singh. 7 conversions last weekend, 2 tries. It makes things a lot easier with somebody in your arsenal that can fire them in from anywhere. Straight through the uprights. 7-0, Gloucester-Hartpury.
Making a sub.
8 minutes in here at the Al Pass Arena.
Sub for the second row, please.
First blood to Gloucester-Hartpury. Missed the try once again. Lund did really well to evade the tackles.
Thank you.
Managed to find the support.
Just wait 10 for the...
Great support play from Zoe Oldcroft.
Okay, when you're happy, we'll play.
Nicholas gets things back underway. First time we've seen Worcester in the Gloucester-Hartpury half. Gloucester-Hartpury have stolen it. They might be able to find some space down this near touchline. Fahey taking it into contact.
You can't dummy. It's a free kick. You can't dummy there.
Well, Gloucester-Hartpury just giving a chance for Worcester to get the ball back in their hands.
I think Al Perry's shown us there that there's not much front rowers can't do these days.
Yeah, it's great footwork, great hands.
She almost looked shocked with the space in front of her. Oh, shall I take it? Shall I give it? No, great runner on the ball, and hopefully she carries on doing that all game.
Well, with the current sort of temporary law changes in the women's game, you're calling upon your front row to get a little bit more active in open play, aren't you, really?
Well, you know, they shouldn't be too tired these days without the scrums. Should have abundance of energy. So, yeah, by all means, if you've got space in front of you, take it.
I think it was an amazing spectacle last week that we only saw one scrum throughout the whole 70 minutes, which was, a delight for some and a woe for others, but a really interesting way to see the game.
I think people are underestimating how tough it is for backs, with no scrums. That's our time where we, regroup, take a breath. But no, I wasn't aware how much the front row actually loves scrummaging, so maybe we'll see a couple more today.
For me, if there's no jackler there, all they're doing is slowing their own ball down, so that's why I'm not going after. If you've got a jackler in place and the roll's affecting it, then I'll be penalising it.
So if we do
Bit of a breaking play here while we
So if
wait for
there waiting, then it will be a penalty, but if there's no jackler...
Worcester player to receive a bit of treatment in the infield. Well, yeah, as we mentioned earlier, the last 3 meetings between these two sides, Gloucester-Hartpury have won all 3, with, of course, the abandoned season last year. The third game that these guys have played, well, it dates back to January 2019. Gloucester winning that one 27 points to 7. A huge win back in October 2019, where Gloucester-Hartpury won 53-0. So still plenty of time left to achieve that scoreline as we take a look at the first try again here. Zoe Oldcroft doing well to finish that off.
Yeah, somebody can help.
Very difficult to see a player come off injured this early in the game as well. Looks quite painful as well, unfortunately, but we wish her all the best. Never nice to see somebody go off this early in the game, Millie.
No, not at all. At any point of a game, it's not nice to see injuries, is it?
The dummy from the 5.
Mattinson gets things underway at scrum half, and it's been spilled by Warriors. Gloucester-Hartpury have potential numbers on this near touchline. Farry's just darting in to try and halt the overlap. Lund just overrunning that pass, but the ball goes backwards. Well, Farhay with the clearance. Worcester have numbers back, and this falls into the hands of Laughlin. Laughlin tries to go on a run. Just about tackled inside her own half. Blackburn getting bounced the first time, but goes back in for the tackle. Does well to bring the Worcester player down. Mattinson feeding Callender. Worcester inching forwards, but well, holding on the floor by Worcester Warriors, and Gloucester get the penalty. Good pressure though from Worcester Warriors, Millie, inching their way forward.
Yeah, absolutely, and again another example of how important it is around the breakdown. You don't want to be having Georgia Brock over your ruck, because that ball is turning over for sure.
Daisy Farhay kicks that one into the Worcester half. Kelsey Jones with the line out then. Excellent take off the top for Gloucester-Hartpury. Lund firing that one out to Tandy. And that has gone forward, unfortunately, so Worcester will get the free kick. Great ball across between the hands, but unfortunately just went forward, Millie, didn't it?
Yeah, I think Tandy would be disappointed in that one.
Well, here comes Worcester. Still going. Mattinson might go all the way here. Great tackle by Kelly Smith. 5 metres out from the Gloucester-Hartpury try line. Worcester trying to bring in the reinforcements. It's on the floor. Worcester still trying to dig that one out. Great work from Gloucester-Hartpury to get behind the ball. They're on the back foot.
Step back, 5. Thank you.
And that is a try. Crashed over by Worcester Warriors. They were that really well. It was the break down the far touchline from Katie Mattinson. It took them a while to dig that one out though, didn't it, Millie? But they did well to crash it over in the end.
Yeah, it looks like the Worcester forwards really made the most of being on the front foot there, used that momentum, and never really looked like they weren't going to score that one.
Well, a chance to level the score then. Some 14 minutes into this game. Nicholas doesn't quite have the accuracy. So Gloucester-Hartpury still lead 7 points to 5 here from the El Paso Arena.
Again, you know, I think you could say that the try there came from our mistake in such a clinical area of the pitch. We worked so hard with our accuracy, and that's a frustrating one for us. But you know, hopefully we'll pick that up from there.
Well, everybody lined up left, and Farhay sent it right. Worcester did well to collect it though. So profitable down that far touchline a few minutes ago. They might try and do the same here. Clearance coming from Nicholas, straight down the throat of Singh, and here come Gloucester-Hartpury from deep. Copson crashing it up. Trying to find some holes in this Worcester defence. Well, in these opening 15 minutes, Millie, they've been pretty well matched, haven't they, in the close quarters?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you can tell it's a huge physical battle out there. And it will come down to the small margins, I think. Being smart with the plays and the kicks, exiting when you need to and carrying when it's on.
Well, there wasn't much on for Sarah Nicholas, so tries the crossfield kick and just bundles out into touch inside the Gloucester-Hartpury half. They will have the line out, of course. Chance for Chelsea Jones to show her precision accuracy once again. 2 great line outs so far once again, but that is not straight. Worcester Warriors, they had the choice, scrum or line out. They've gone for the line out themselves. Karis Phillips, the captain, will send this one in. And you already get a feeling, Millie, that this is a very different game to what we saw here at the El Paso Arena last weekend. A lot more kicking already, keeping it tight. Big difference.
Yeah, I mean, as we mentioned, the win last week, so, you know, kicking was a real strong tactical game. You know, you really have to take that into account. Today, it seems more that we're having to go with each phase, what's working best each phase. So it's something that, you know, people have got to be aware of. The fly halves have really got to take control of the game and, you know, boss the forwards and tell the backs when to go.
Mattinson changing direction once again.
Advantage, don't appeal 9.
They're trying to find some space down that left wing, aren't they? And still going.
Thank you. A new advantage, number 2 taking the space.
Worcester with the advantage. Great tackle by Oldcroft just to shunt the momentum.
Bit of a tackling masterclass by Zoe so far today, isn't it?
Well, she's been all over the shop in the opening 18 minutes or so of this game. Georgia Brock just been penalised for a high tackle. Mattinson will try and fire this one down deep into the Gloucester-Hartpury 22. It's not gone into touch, and Singh collects, sends it to Fahe, who shunts it downfield. That's still in play as well, and Mattinson will try and go on a mazy run. Fires that one, but the ball has been knocked forward. Singh then looking for some space. Gets the ball to Kelly Smith, and here goes Kelly Smith. She sees open field in front of her. What can she do here? Mattinson trying to go there, but it's Kelly Smith, and she will go in for her 4th try of the season. Counter-attacking rugby at its best by Gloucester-Hartpury.
Absolutely. I mentioned before the game that Kelly on the ball in a bit of space, so exciting. Never in doubt from the point where Singers gave that ball then. Such a quick player. Works really well on a one-on-one. Can tell her defender from, a good 10 metres away. Twist her hips and she's in.
Well, there was still a lot of work to do. She ran 65 metres or so in and out from Kelly Smith. Rounded Katie Mattinson. Caris Cox was never going to get her. And simple score in the end for Kelly Smith.
Makes it look easy, doesn't she?
Well, she got to watch plenty of tries last weekend here in the commentary box, so I'm sure she's delighted to get amongst the action today. And after a lot of pressure from Worcester Warriors, a counter-attacking try extends Gloucester-Hartpury's lead.
And I think another prime example of how a small mistake can really be capitalised by the opposite team. With the Worcester penalty then and the unfortunate kick to not quite make touch, we're now, back down with a try in our book. So
simple conversion for Emma Singh.
Time is off for the water break.
That's 9 conversions in the last 2 games now for Emma Singh. She's a great asset to any side, really.
yeah, I think you sometimes don't realise how keeping the scoreboard ticking over with those conversions really can make a difference when you're trying to close off a game, and it's a small 1-2 point margin. Having a kicker like that, as you say, in your arsenal is something that's just absolutely priceless.
Well, for the 5 minutes or so leading up to that Gloucester-Hartpury try, it looked as if Worcester were really piling on the pressure and about to capitalise on their first score with another. But as you say, it was the small margins and the quick thinking from Emma Singh to send Kelly Smith away that's really turned the game on its head.
Yeah, I imagine they've got the same frustrations as we do in those areas where you need to be clinical and you have to have the confidence in your simple plays. Those small mistakes can really change the game.
So that's why I'm not going after. If Blue don't pull away, then I'm moving closer. Early on we had a lot of those, I don't know, a lot of those extra rolls. There's no jacklers, so I'm not going near it, but if there is, you need to be aware of that. No, just hit the brakes, mate. My bladder's not that big.
Well, quick water break for both teams. Worcester just getting a bit of a motivational talk on the pitch. Gloucester ready to receive. Awaiting this light blue onslaught from Worcester Warriors. 14 points to 5. 20 minutes played here at the Alpas Arena. Nicholas gets things back underway. Oldcroft with the carry. Already one try in this game. Well amongst the action so far. Well, Tandy takes it into contact, but well stolen by Worcester Warriors. Flo Long with the carry to straighten things up. Nicholas with the inside ball, great line from Buckland-Hurry. Really putting pressure on this Gloucester-Hartpury defence. Buckland-Hurry once again. Varley for the 50th appearance for Worcester Warriors last December. Nicholas looks to send this one wide through Shekels. Carries Cox well wrapped up by Kelly Smith, the try scorer. Good little shuffle. Buckland-Hurry still going here, back to her feet. Can she go all the way? Buckland-Hurry might be in for a great score. Try to Worcester, game on. Second try for her in this game.
I think that's a skill that can really catch the defensive side off guard. You know, when you take the ball in, tackle's made, but if you can get back to your feet quickly, release the ball and go again, sometimes it doesn't give the defence time to sort of, you know, get back defensively behind the ruck, and there's just a huge hole for people to you know, use that, and straight through, as you see there, straight under the post.
Well, conversion missed. Gloucester-Hartpury still lead, 14 points to 10. Just getting confirmation that it's actually Sinead Harries who scored that try for Worcester Warriors. Number 25 on her back. Great substitute to bring on. She's got 2 tries already off the bench. Searching for a hat-trick now. We shall wait and see. Matthews with the carry. You can sense that Worcester have now got their feathers up. Harries with the carry. Kelsey Jones just trying to wrap up the carrier. Mattinson with the show and go. Tries to dip and dive through traffic as all good scrum halves do. Callender stepping in at scrum half. Varley. Worcester not afraid to try and spread the ball and look for space. Laughlin just choosing to step back in field and find some support, and it is a penalty.
Great work from Robin Locke there, making the tackle straight over the ball, looking for the turnover.
Just forcing Vicky Laughlin to try and hold on to it then. You mentioned it earlier, but at the breakdown, Brock is causing some damage at the moment.
Yeah, our back row are formidable for that.
Farhay just missing touch. Laughlin keeping it in field and running it out of the Worcester 22. Mattinson lining up the box kick. And Singh waits for the bounce perfectly. What can she do here? Feeds Ellie Underwood. Underwood with the offload. Here comes Lund. Lund to Sophie Tandy. She's on her own. One to beat.
Cuts back inside, well wrapped up by Caris Cox for Worcester. Blackburn tries to move the ball quickly. Here comes Locke. Perry straightening things up this time. Great hands by Gloucester. Back to Kelly Smith on the right wing. She steps inside. Electric trying to find some support. It's been stolen by Worcester though. Well, this game at the minute, the ebb and flow swinging both ways. Nicholas with the clearance to her opposite number. Singh assesses the space in front of her, goes on her own, still going Emma Singh. Eventually goes to ground. Perry finding herself in the wide channels once again. Eleanor Perry on the charge inside the Worcester 22 once again. Zoe Oldcroft crashes into Alex Matthews. Blackburn. Oldcroft with the pick and go from the base. Looking to ship it out. Is a bit flat from Gloucester-Hartpury and well read by Worcester in defence.
Shame to give away the penalty there, but I think the girls will be glad for the breather in all honesty. Just continuous play, turnover kicking. Shame that we couldn't capitalise on our field position there, but you know, great defence from Worcester, absolutely smothering us.
Well, these are high tempo, all action games so far, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, and as we keep highlighting how important the breakdown is here, both sides with back rows who will just absolutely capitalise if a tackle were to fall at their feet, the ball is really not safe. So both fly halves being really smart with their kicking, and yeah, keeping the game very exciting.
I think both sides will be delighted for the breather, won't they? That was all out attack. Well, this was the most recent try from Sinead Harries. Was initially tackled but got to her feet, accelerated like Usain Bolt, and rounded for her second score in this game.
Just go let the water off and then I'll put time on.
And Worcester will look to try and send this one long through Sarah Nicholas, former Gloucester-Hartpury player. And I think both sides will be delighted to see that one go into touch.
Yeah, again, just taking another second to just regroup, to see where we are on the pitch, and you know, big D from Gloucester needed, and I think with Worcester opting for a 5-man line out by the looks of it. Exciting prospects with Alex Matthews in this outside channel here.
Great arrows from Caris Phillips. Varley. Lost by Worcester. Farhay tries to send Ellie Underwood into some space, but Worcester do well to get the cover across. Locke. Well tackled by Harries. And it is Worcester that have stolen it.
Particularly high turnover count already in this game, isn't there?
Well, I think both sides are just throwing absolutely everything they can. We're in for a real game, aren't we, here today? The second half, we're 7 minutes away from it, but you really get a sense that things are starting to bubble.
I guess this is what happens when two teams really are evenly matched.
Very competitive game so far. Kelsey Jones. Great ball. Tandy lofting that one out to Emma Singh. Into the hands of Kelly Smith once again. She cuts back inside. Kelly Smith still going. Just been lost.
You're always under pressure, lost forward here.
I think some unusual basic errors from both teams at the moment, quite frustrating to see. One of those things where you wouldn't normally catch that on a Thursday night at training, but in the situation of a game, people need to look after the ball more.
It's almost as if both sides playing such high pressured defence that it's causing the errors rather than sloppy mistakes from individual players, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't be waiting 1-2 seconds before your support players over that ball. You need to be in there almost anticipating the contact to protect the ball. Both defences showing really well, ripping the ball before the ruck is even formed.
Well, Gloucester-Hartpury have had the vast majority of territory and possession in this game, but they give away a bit more to Worcester here. Worcester opts for the line out. Really great attacking position, isn't it? Just inside the opposition half, on the far touchline, acres of space.
Yeah, they used John Ed Harries really well in that last five-man line out option. We've got Alex Matthews just hanging in behind the 10 channel at the moment. See where she pops into the attacking line.
Well, Worcester will have to try and play this one from the base of the ruck. Mattinson keeping it close. Nicholas, as Varley smashes into Rachel Lunn. Shekels, great ball to Cox, but it's been lost forward. And Gloucester-Hartpury will have the free kick. Great ingenuity from Fahe. She's spotted the space and sent it deep into the 22. It's back, though. Back into the hands of Fahe. Fumbles it a little bit, but she puts boot to ball once again. Straight down the throat of her opposite number as Mattinson tries to change the direction. Here comes Caris Cox. Gets the offload off the deck. I think it's been stolen by Kelly Smith. Kelly Smith getting the ball back for Gloucester-Hartpury here in a great attacking position. Zoe Oldcroft trying to punch a hole once again. It is electric out on that pitch at the minute. Possession constantly changing hands. Kelsey Jones setting up a platform here. Perry. We've seen her in open space quite a bit in this game. Blackburn feeding Singh this time, who tries to fend off Shekels, and a huge tackle coming in from Paige Farries on the right wing. Just to kill the momentum. I'm not sure about you, Millie, but I'm getting tired just watching. This is electric at the minute.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know which side the ball is on most of the time. And
here comes Zoe Oldcroft charging through the middle. She's found some space. Can she round the fullback? Oldcroft for a second try of the game. She's over. Well, out of nowhere, Millie, Gloucester-Hartpury extend their lead.
It's that whole unexpected, but you expect it from Zoe. You don't often see a second rower like that making breaks, line breaks like that, and gassing the fullback. But you know, Zoe's such an athlete, and she could score a try from anywhere on the pitch, and that's why she's quickly becoming the world-class player that she is. And we're very happy that she's wearing Gloucester colours today.
Well, there's not much space on the pitch, is there? But it went left, it went right. Oldcroft completely left everyone guessing, didn't she? She cut back inside. There was a huge gaping hole, and you know, for a second row, she's got some wheels, hasn't she?
Yeah, and I think with the previous try that Worcester scored, it just shows the importance of the breakdown and getting your organisation early with, you know, forwards, singular carries, breaking through like that and scoring tries, which are great to watch, but very frustrating when you're the defensive team.
Singh, well, she needed a post for that one, but that is another conversion from Emma Singh. Gloucester-Hartpury lead 21 points to 10.
Again, the importance of those conversions, that pushes us 11 points ahead now. Converted try away from Worcester. They'll need 2 scores to bring that back now.
Nicholas straight into the hands of Robin Locke. And Blackburn, well, she goes for the box kick straight into the hands of Katie Mattinson. Good carry from Alex Matthews. Varley feeding Shekels. Tandy strong in the tackle to stop that attack. Into the final few moments of this half as Cox sends that one straight out, and not much on. Not much space either, but Gloucester-Hartpury will have the line out inside their own half.
Yeah, looked like a good option for Worcester there, but poorly executed, and really, now they're on the back foot again, so exciting to see what Gloucester can pull off from this one.
It's so difficult, isn't it? There seems to be less space on the pitch at the minute with the less scrums, more free kicks. The players can fan out across the pitch a bit more, which means I guess teams are having to be a bit more patient to try and punch some holes.
Yeah, for sure, and it really puts emphasis on the 9 and 10 taking control of the attack. We put a lot of emphasis on exiting when we need to exit and being smart with our plays, and it's always exciting to watch when 10s and fullbacks are seen there throwing in the chips and the little grubbers through.
Well, water carriers are off, medics are off, and Kelsey Jones is ready for the line out. Well, it's gone backwards, and Blackburn fires this one into the hands of Lund. Lund still going forward. Saw so much of that last week from Rachel Lund. Must be a joy to play outside, punching the holes all the way through the game.
Absolutely.
Oldcroft with another carry. Looks as if Gloucester are going to fire this one off the pitch for half-time. And that is the last word of the half to Gloucester-Hartpury. Well, an energetic game certainly so far. 4 tries, 5 tries even, 3 for Gloucester, 2 for Worcester Warriors. Zoe Oldcroft having a blinder so far in this game. Half-time scores then 21-10 to Gloucester-Hartpury. Join us after the break for the highlights of the match so far.
I think the full-time environment that you train in at Hartpury, obviously we've got lectures and everything like that, but being able to manage your time and having an effective training week to prepare for games and stuff was a good educational platform for you. You don't realise you're building the skills at the time, but it's a great way to learn how to manage your time and kind of know what it takes to train at an elite level, and that's what Hartpury does give you, alongside a great education. I'd say it's a great place to come and hone your skills. If you buy into everything that Hartpury can offer, you'll leave a better person that way. I think it gives you the ability to step forward, but if all it gives you at the end of the day is a great education and really great memories, you know, it's well worth giving your time and buying into that.
And so the season changes. This is where we play. The red tinge of fading leaves and the tingle of wearing red, the shiver of hopes relit, warmth on cold days, bitten by frost, burning in the heat, the tingle of red and the tangle of red, the confusion of it all, the simplicity of it all. This is home.
Celebrations.
we're live. Come on. Don't worry about making one. Because I've still got to take one here. They can handle it themselves.
Let's go, Worcester!
I haven't done that switch yet to Bristol or Worcester.
Okay.
Thanks, Benny. It was my choice, it was
Well, second half about to get underway here at the Alpas Arena. Gloucester-Hartpury leading 21 points to 10. Millie, your take on that first half then? Energetic and high tempo, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I think we can't expect anything from the second half. Backwards and forwards in that first half. Couldn't put a pin in who will win this game, but I think Worcester are definitely doing better with their attacking reloads, getting their spacings. Gloucester may be a bit slow on that, limiting our opportunities, but you know, getting the turnovers to compensate that.
Well, line out ball to Worcester Warriors then. Change it then for hooker, it's Carmen Chimelling into the fray for the second half.
First scrum of the game, I believe.
First scrum of the game, 36 minutes in. About the same time we saw the one and only scrum last week as well. Bit more space on the pitch now. Bianca Blackburn will have the put in at the scrum. Blackburn winning the Premier 15's with Worcester Warriors previously. For Gloucester-Hartpury now, huge shove coming from Worcester Warriors, really putting the pressure on as Gloucester-Hartpury managed to get it away. Farhay sends it down the throat of Cox, who spills that one forward.
Great example there how basic mistakes can really change the field position for us. You know, we've just made a good sort of 40 metres just with the exit there.
That's set, you can go.
Makes a real difference to the swing of the game, doesn't it, as Zoe Oldcroft feeds Eleanor Parry. Lund takes it on the back foot, has to try and show some muscle, and is shunted back into her own half. Blackburn with a little dink over the top. Laughlin does well to collect it. It was a bit of a wobbly ball. Laughlin still going forward, does well to shirk off a couple of defenders. Matthews. Thomas. Worcester in possession, just being patient, trying to find some space. It comes back to Thomas on this near touchline. Matthews with a strong charge. Really straightens it up, does the number 8. Penalty to Worcester Warriors.
Yeah, frustrating bit of play from us. I think in previous weeks he's really struggled to come out of the blocks post half time. Looked like we were onto something then, but again, change of possession, and we could end up back in our half again with no points to show for that.
Mattinson with the touch finder. Well, there's all to play for in this game. 21 points to 10, Gloucester-Hartpury. Zoe Oldcroft with 2 tries for the hosts. Sinead Harries with 2 for the visitors. And Kelly Smith returning to the starting lineup this week with a long-range effort in that first half. Well, that's been knocked forward by Worcester at the line-out. Back with Gloucester, but the referee giving Worcester the penalty. Some contact in the air at the line-out. Worcester just creeping ever closer to that Gloucester-Hartpury try line. Sloppy mistake to make in that field position, Millie.
Yeah, we saw Worcester really capitalise on their pick and go previously in the first half, so I'm sure that their game plan here will be to maul it towards the line and really use the strength in their pack to get over.
Well, less than 10 metres out now. Worcester Warriors with the line out. Carmen Tremelling. I'll try and find her mark. Just a quick chat with Carol Thomas. Well, it's going to the middle, and Gloucester-Hartpury have stolen it. Great leap by Gwen Crabb for Gloucester-Hartpury. And they've done well to set this one up for a clearance. It's come off a Worcester hand, and Gloucester get the line out. Well, pressure was on there, wasn't it, Millie? But Gloucester have done an excellent job of clearing their lines for now.
Yeah, great control and leadership there from Bianca Blackburn at 9, getting the forwards where she needs them, ready for her box kick. Bit of pressure there from Worcester, but she managed to get it away, and another field position change for us and another change of possession. So,
well, we've picked up where we left off in that first half, haven't we? Great take from Zoe Oldcroft. Here comes Rachel Lunn, not found the same space she did last week, but creating a real platform from the midfield at inside centre. Sophie Tandy this time, though, tries to find the outside. Well brought down by Jade Shekels. Fahey, huge clearance kick. Well taken this time, though, from Caris Cox at fullback for Worcester. She's still going. She's being wrapped up. It's Lock and Brock bringing her to ground. Quick hands from Worcester Warriors down that right touchline. Paige Farry's just brought down. Penalty to Worcester.
Yeah, a real good strong carry from Lundy on that. It's not often that she doesn't make positive meters from her carries. Really strong runner. Again, back with the line out. Different change of possession.
Yeah, we're struggling to keep up with it here, aren't we? We'd love to see the stats at the end of this game. How many unforced errors there have been.
Yeah, feeling more like a game of basketball with the constant changes of possession at the moment.
It's good to watch, though, keeping everybody at their toes at home on this March Saturday afternoon. About 10 or 11 degrees here in Gloucester. Quite still, not much of a breeze in comparison to last weekend anyway. A good day for some rugby as Keris Hare just being pulled to her feet by the physio.
Welcome breather, I'd assume.
Yeah, plenty of water breaks in the game so far.
Yeah, we'll look at that too. Okay, but if we're both doing it, we can either go down the route of letting you play or free kicking the game to pieces.
What have Gloucester-Hartpury got to do here then, Millie, to try and really pull away in this game? 11 points in front at the moment, but not getting the impression that it's all things said and done. Worcester Warriors still within reach here.
Yeah, I think you can see Worcester have definitely come out the blocks firing on this one. Similarly to the first half, the control that we need from Bianca at 9 and Daisy at 10 with regard to our exiting strategy is really, really vital, especially in zones like this. If we can get involved in the kicking game, we've got some really good kickers in our back line. Just to take the onus off of the forwards for a little while, get us some field position, and then we can really turn it up when we're in their half. But we need a big defence now. Hopefully another few turnovers from the back row and get back down the Worcester end of the pitch.
Well, it's Trembling with the line-out ball this time. Well taken by Worcester on the top. First driving maul we've seen in this game. Worcester on the rampage. You saw their powerful scrum. Worcester still going. The referee's blown his whistle. Well, accidental offside. Unfortunately for Worcester Warriors, but fortunately for Gloucester-Hartpury, they get the line out. A chance to maybe try and clear their lines here and send the ball downfield for a bit of a breather.
Yeah, I think that's probably the momentum that Worcester were looking to gain when they had their line out down on the left-hand side of the pitch a short while ago. Unfortunately for them, resulting in a penalty for us, but I think that just shows us the threat that they do have within their pack, and we won't want to give them that field position again.
Well, the referee asked them to peel away, but they held on. Gloucester have the scrum though. Try scorer Sinead Harris just getting some treatment on the floor, I think. Well, we saw from our single scrum in this game that Worcester Warriors have got some real firepower in their pack, haven't they? Challenge for Gloucester here to try and win their own ball and clear their lines.
Sorry guys. That's okay. I don't think you're going to need a water break at this rate.
Plenty of stoppages in this second half. We've only played 8 minutes or so.
Yeah, a bit of a contrast with the speed of the play and going into many a water break, so welcomed, as I said before, I'm sure.
Happy? Just hold your gap for me then, please. Gloucester, come up, get the bindings. Time on.
Time back on, and Bianca Blackburn will feed the scrum for Gloucester-Hartpury.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Much better scrum this time from Gloucester-Hartpury. Really got the shove on.
Thank you. Use it.
Keeping it close though from the breakdown. Inching their way forward this time.
Timing now. Timing now.
Through Kelsey Jones.
Wingers onside.
Fahe almost being charged down there. And here come Worcester Warriors. Caris Cox getting the ball away to Laughlin. He went backwards and they're still playing. Perhaps some space in the numbers if they can get it over to the far touchline. Worcester still charging. This, the try scorer, can she go in for a hat-trick? It's Sinead Harris. Just been brought down short of the Gloucester-Hartpury line. Play still with Worcester here, trying to find some space around the fringes. Can they crash over from close range? Another shove from Worcester. One more push from Worcester and they might be over here. Gloucester doing well in defence at the moment.
They were caught on the back foot down that far touchline, but they've reorganised well. Worcester do have numbers if they can get the ball out. They've gone over, but it is held up. Well, great work in close quarters from Gloucester-Hartpury there, Millie, to stop that try.
Yeah, given the success that Worcester had previously down in our half when they scored first, I don't think the ball was going to come out to the backs anytime soon. But great defence from Gloucester there to hold it up, and another scrum.
Yeah, another scrum indeed.
I'm quite interested to know, actually, with regard to the pack, if the lack of live repetitions they're now getting in the season, whether that's impacting them when they come to the game, because they obviously do their work off the pitch at training with the scrum machine and positioning. But what impact does that actually have when it comes to a game day? If you're only getting your sort of less than 5 reps per game, does that make it a lot harder, or coming together as a pack, is that more difficult?
Well, Gloucester looked a bit cold in the scrum in that first one, but they were much better the second time round. Here they go, and it is a penalty to Gloucester-Hartpury on their own try line from the scrum.
Huge momentum shift there from defending our line 2 minutes prior to that to now having the advantage to kick away from our half is, huge moment in this game. 23.5 minutes left to play. Still plenty of life left in this one. Fahey sends that one into touch. Doesn't get as much distance as I'm sure she would have liked. Gloucester-Hartpury with the line out then just outside their 22 on the far touchline. That was a real moment in this game, don't you think? If Worcester had got a score there, converted it would have been 21-17 on the scoreboard. Whoever got under that ball to hold it up for the try was, hero of the day so far. Yeah, definitely a reliever of pressure there for them to not have gone over. Just had a change in fly half now, which could be really, really critical for us. We need to make sure that Robin takes control from the first moment, and that getting the penalty there and kicking for touch was definitely the first kick in the box. We need to now make sure we get a good exit.
Well, that's not gone into touch. One of many so far in this game. Farries, the Canadian international, charging that one back up for Worcester Warriors. Loose ball, but it's gone backwards. Flo Long taking it in. Shekels, can she find some space on the outside? Can't quite get around Sophie Tandy, who stepped in from the wing at centre today for Gloucester-Hartpury.
Yeah, I think Tandy's done really well to keep Jade out today. As you've seen in previous weeks, Jade is a really formidable runner on the ball, and Tandy has been really good in defence.
Big tackle coming in from Kelly Smith on Meg Varley. Really stopped the momentum with that. Worcester still charging forward. There might be some space around the fringes, but Mattinson chooses to go wide. Great offload out the back. Here comes Callender. Callender well tackled. Some 10 metres out from the Gloucester-Hartpury line. Worcester still charging, still trying to find another score. Worcester slowing this one down. Mattinson looking for some support. Flo Long sends it wide. Shekels might go on her own. Can Jade Shekels get in? Well tackled by Tandy. Great battle at outside centre today. Trembling this time for Worcester Warriors. Worcester really putting the pressure on here. Gloucester trying to find something. The Warriors piling the numbers in here, keeping it close with the pick and go, inching their way forward. They were held up some 5 minutes ago with a try across the Gloucester-Hartpury whitewash. It's still with Worcester. Chip ahead though. They're coming back for the original penalty advantage. Gloucester-Hartpury offside, just forcing the pressure back on themselves there, Millie.
Yeah, nice little idea there from Katie Mattinson to put the outside backs in over in the corner, just overcooked that one a little bit. But love to see it when team gets an advantage to experiment. It's your time for free ball, and that's when you get the sort of champagne rugby pulled out. So unfortunate for her to kick straight out, but I'm sure we know Worcester's plan now.
Well, it'd be interesting to see what they do here. It is a penalty. They do have the option of a scrum, but the last two for Worcester have been a bit difficult for them. And it looks as if they're lining up for the pick and go. Well, that was a huge carry from Worcester. Can they get in under the post here? They have the momentum. They've got the numbers. Gloucester-Hartpury trying to recycle defence. Well, what's gone on here then?
Oh, they've reached my hand. You can move now.
There's a lot here. It is a try, though.
And that is a try to Worcester Warriors. Well, the referee kept us waiting there. Well, under the posts, Worcester Warriors rewarded with their efforts. You would expect them to get the conversion from here, Millie. It was good defence throughout from Gloucester, but they couldn't quite hold out Warriors, could they?
Yeah, just a build-up of pressure over many different occasions, and testament to Worcester for keep banging on the door there. The referee building some suspension there.
Well, I could hear what he was saying, and he was very much keeping us in suspense. Successful conversion from Nicholas.
I'm not going to stop and explain decisions. We just got to stop the appealing, okay? I'm more than happy to talk to you, okay? Yeah, just stop appealing for things. I'm more than happy to explain, but we just don't need to keep shouting for decisions. Let's go.
Well, Gloucester-Hartpury also now down to 14. Tabitha Copson, number 8, has been sent to the bin for 10 minutes. 21-17 to the home side then. Into the final 20 minutes.
So huge 10 minutes for Gloucester now. Big change of momentum there, and obviously now down to 14. It's going to be a real testament of our character and organisation here.
Oh, here they go. This is Emma Singh, the fullback for Gloucester-Hartpury. She's on her own. She's got 6 blue shirts around her, supported by Kelly Smith and Zoe Oldcott. Stepping back inside through Georgia Brock. It's end-to-end stuff, this game. Straight through the middle. Alex Matthews, high tackle though, and it is a penalty to Gloucester-Hartpury.
Yeah, no room for Bianca to breathe there at the back of the ruck. Needs to get that ball away quicker.
Line is yours.
Well, they've gone for the line out. A great position here for Gloucester-Hartpury. They're missing Tabitha Copson at number 8. If they opt for the driving maul, they will have one less number. But we've seen their scrum already in this game. They've got such strength and power. Maybe 7 is enough. Kelsey Jones, well, it's with the overthrow. Here comes Sinead Harries. Absolute bosh from her against Robin Wilkins. Worcester Warriors, well, they might be attempting a long-range effort themselves here. Here they go. And it's into touch.
Great tackle from Emma Singh there. Looks as though Worcester were definitely going to be on the front foot, but great tackle, knocking the ball into touch.
Yeah, they are outside. Guys, you are outside, okay?
Great intent from Worcester as well. Not just trying to ping that one long. Attacking from inside their own 22. Didn't quite pay off, but the intent was there.
Right, you have a player in the bin, 5 or 6. 5 called, you can adjust. Yeah, they got their 8 in the bin, so they got them. Time on. 17 to your left. Thank you, please. Let's go, Gloucester!
Kelsey Jones again with the inaccurate line out. Well stolen by Worcester Warriors though. You sense that they've just got a little bit more energy now, Worcester, if they've gone one number up. It's 15 against 14 here at the Allianz Arena. Gloucester-Hartpury leading 21 points to 17 as Katie Mattinson at scrum half sends the box kick. And Worcester Warriors get the penalty. Offside for the Gloucester-Hartpury captain Zoe Oldcroft, and all that territory, Millie, just wasted with a few sloppy errors.
Yeah, I don't think either team have been able to rely solely on their line-out today. And yeah, really unfortunate for us to visit the red zone and not come away with any points, something that we've really focused on, and another thing that we will be frustrated about. But you know what matters now is the defence that we come back with.
Well, they've made 20 metres with the penalty kick. Worcester Warriors with the line out.
Got Sinead Harries out wide for Worcester. Yeah, exciting prospect on the ball, so see where they go with this one.
Well, she's searching for a hat-trick. She came off the bench early on in the game, inside 10 minutes, scored 2 very shortly after. Well picked up off the toes by Worcester Warriors. Great offload. Here comes Varley. Varley goes to ground. Mattison snipes and gets that one away. Harries. Sophie Tandy acting as speed bump there, and I think Gloucester-Hartpury might have got this. No. Penalty to Worcester Warriors again. Diving over the ball. It looked as if for a second that Gloucester-Hartpury might have got that one. Well, Kelly Smith collected that kick, sent it back inside to Blackburn, but Blackburn's kick will offer an opportunity to the Warriors here. Trying to move the ball wide. Matthews, the try scorer for Worcester Warriors. Only one try in this second half so far. As we come into the final 15 minutes, it's been cagey as Mattinson sends that one high. Underwood does really well under a lot of pressure to collect that one. And we know what Underwood can do in broken play. She's slippery to tackle, isn't she? She really gets away from defenders.
Yeah, she's been great on the ball today, but also her offloading has been fantastic. You know, it's something that she's been working really hard on, and it's really put us in good positions.
Singh steps back inside, almost gets the offload away to Kelly Smith. Just trying to force the pass there, didn't really need to do it. Back with Worcester Warriors once more. Worcester working this through the hands. Mattinson takes that one out to Brooke Bradley, whose kick is well collected by Gloucester-Hartpury. Nice option from Wilkins, almost collecting that one, but they come back for the advantage.
Yeah, we've recently had Robin come over to us from Worcester, so I think she's definitely going for it today. Lovely little option with a chip through the middle. Unfortunate to not collect it, but Alex Matthews with a massive bat of the ball there.
Yeah, it was a great option from Wilkins. Didn't quite have the weight on it, a bit too long, as we head for another water break here at the Allianz Arena. It's frantic, isn't it? It's really frantic out there. You sense both players know there's not much in it, and the time is slowly wearing down.
Yeah, it's one score game really. Worcester are playing really smart. I think when they can sense they've got their overlap on the outside, everybody's buying into that, into the play of moving it wide, hitting those edges, and then working it back. Their offload game is really causing havoc for us. Our fold around the corner is not quite quick enough, and I think that's why they're being able to gather so much momentum. But I mean, the same as the first half, possession changing every couple of phases. You just can't keep up. You can't put a pin in who's going to win this one for sure.
Both sides playing really direct, aren't they? They're looking for the options in contact, trying to create some space. It's close out there, it's cagey, but there's opportunities. And when both sides have been patient, they've come.
2 minutes.
Wilkins will try and fire this downfield.
Blue 14, tackle off the ball.
Remember, Gloucester-Hartpury are still down to 14 players, and that could be an excellent kick from Robin Wilkins. Well, it bounced, it bundled, it asked a few questions, and it eventually found its way into touch inside the Worcester Warriors 22. Great kick.
I guess you could describe that one as lucky.
Well, it was certainly something like that. But that is just what Gloucester-Hartpury needed, and exactly what Worcester Warriors didn't need.
Yeah, I think as we saw previously in this half, when we've had that field position and we're going for line and it hasn't quite gone out, how different the next couple of phases can change the momentum of the game. But with that actually going off the pitch, we're in a different spot.
Well, Worcester have got it, and they're trying to charge their way out of their 22.
Outside, you'll take it back in.
Again, their line out proving to be a bit of a tricky one for us.
Farries on the right wing for Worcester then, gets 5 metres or so. Back with the forwards, and Matterton with another box kick. Well, it was Wilkins or Underwood, and Wilkins came away with it. Singh looks to send that one long, gets stuck in the mud a little bit, but it will ask some questions of Worcester. Well, here comes Laughlin. Well tackled by Kelly Smith for Gloucester. Shekels well wrapped up by Lund. And Gloucester-Hartpury get the free kick on this near touchline, then inside the Worcester half. Good choice from Emma Singh. Really asked a few questions, didn't it?
Yeah, Katie Madsen's box kicking has been putting us in a lot of trouble all day. I think that was a great option to kick that one back away. Previously we have been running them, and although we are getting good forward from those, good go forward, so sometimes it is a better option to return the ball and go for field position. That one proving to be the right option then, bringing the defence.
Gloucester just getting a bit of treatment, having a much needed water break in this frantic game. Only one score in this second half. It was Alex Matthews with the try, converted by Sarah Nicholas. And this second half, as we approach the final 10 minutes, really summing up this game. It's been cagey, hasn't it, Millie? And errors from both sides, enforced errors though, it must be said.
Yeah, just the effort coming in from both sides in attack and defence. Everybody's running with a lot of intent, and every hit is coming in just as hard.
Wilkins with the up and under into space, into the middle of the field. Laughlin collects it, and Bradley swings that one out to Farries. Bit of a high tackle perhaps from London. Worcester Warriors have the advantage. Still charging forward. And now the referee brings it back.
12, high tackle.
It just gives a sense of the sort of game we've had here, doesn't it, Millie, with those sort of errors coming into the game. You sense the game's on a knife edge, don't you? People just putting a little bit into everything.
Yeah, although I think for us, our discipline has been slightly better this week. Potentially, you know, our basic errors dropping, but our discipline definitely improving. But you know, things like that could really change the game. So from going forward, hopefully, you know, we won't be putting it quite so risky tackles in.
Great play from Worcester as Matthews tries to go on the outside arc, gets back to her feet and still goes forward. Worcester with the deft offloads at the minute, keeping the ball alive, keeping moving forward. Flo long lines this one up. Samuda can't quite get the tackle away. Gloucester are back to their feet, managed to realign the defence, and Worcester still charging forward, another few metres long once again. Picks out Harries. Mattinson opts to go on the inside. Here comes Sparries. Lovely little break. Another 5 or 10 metres for Worcester. Sarah Moria that time with the carry. Mattinson going blindside once again. Paige Farries with another dart.
Worcester really making the most of the blindside these last couple of phases, opting to not go the typical route of following the same way.
Gloucester defence just forcing Worcester back. Gloucester good 10 or 15 metres there, Worcester, from some great Gloucester-Hartpury defence. Worcester being patient though, no unforced errors at the moment. Good tackle coming in from Tandy. Not seen as much of her attacking exploits today, but it's been excellent in defence. Now Worcester start to move it wide. Harries with another break. The referee says that didn't go forward. Shekels tries to get the offload away, but it's been snaffled by Gloucester-Hartpury. And Gloucester-Hartpury have lost that one forward. And Worcester back in the red zone with a free kick.
Was about to take a sigh of relief then, but didn't really go that way in the end.
Well, it was great Gloucester defence to push Worcester all the way back. And they managed to pin them out of their 22, but it was just some great hands from Worcester Warriors, really, that managed to slide them down the 15-metre channel. And it looked as if Jade Shekels might have been in there. Good offload in the end.
Yeah, we really pride ourselves on our defence from an edge, but the way that Worcester are playing at the moment, going back and forth between blindside and open, it's making it really difficult for us to count numbers and get off the line quickly.
Let's go, please.
Plenty of stoppages in this second half. Worcester will hope it hasn't killed their momentum, and they're straight back into contact. Well, we saw them earlier in this half go under the post through Alex Matthews. They're keeping it close, they're using the forwards, they're using their power, driving forward, inching forward. Gloucester trying to put a stop to this. It's still with Worcester.
Thank you.
Big hits coming in from the Cherry and Whites on their own try line here. Worcester are inside 5 metres. They're being pushed across the field, and Worcester might be over. The referee's having a look.
Time is off. Have you come?
Well, he might be making them wait once again. He asks his assistant.
Time off. Just going to check. You have a clear grounding. Clear grounding. Okay, so try.
And that is a try for Worcester.
Thank you, Andy.
And for the first time in this game, with less than 6 minutes to play, Worcester Warriors have taken the lead.
I guess this is the point at which we need to stay relatively impartial, but to say I'm On the edge of my seat is an understatement. I'm not sure how long is left with the yellow card, but hopefully we'll be back to full strength. And I know the girls are fully aware with the big 5 minutes that lay ahead now.
Well, our referee wasn't quite aware, but he asked his assistant, who had a clear grounding, and that was a second try of the half for Worcester Warriors. A chance then for Sarah Nicholas to nudge them forward a bit more. First time in this game they've taken the lead. And that conversion is good for Sarah Nicholas against her old side here, just pushing Worcester Warriors further in front. 21 points to 24.
Let's go.
Well, Worcester Warriors haven't beaten Gloucester-Hartpury in the last 3 games. We knew this would be close. The return fixture as 6 ways back in December was close. Gloucester-Hartpury winning 15 points to 7 on that day. But we're in for a frantic final 5 minutes here. Millie, what can Gloucester-Hartpury do to try and edge this game and get another score?
Golden ticket question, that one. I think discipline's going to be huge for us now. There really isn't room for any more basic errors for the last sort of 4.5 minutes. Territory is going to be key if we can get this one, make some good ground on this and stick in Worcester half. Needs to be a shift of momentum, and fingers crossed there.
Well, here goes Captain Fantastic, Zoe Oldcroft with the carry. Another penalty to Gloucester. Worcester Warriors guilty of not releasing.
I imagine a difficult decision here, though. As mentioned before, line out hasn't particularly been a strong point for either team today. So kicking for line, could be a risky one, but certainly gives us good field position, and we'll see.
Robin Williams finds touch with that one. So many of those in the game today have stayed in field. It's the time for accuracy from both sides, really.
Just needs the inhaler.
Another stoppage. We're waiting for an inhaler.
Line out, please. 6. It will be 6.
Does make you wonder if it's one of those tactical stoppages, though, doesn't it?
It's a great opportunity for both sides just to get some composure and find some calm in what has been a really frantic end-to-end game.
Time back on, let's go.
These are the kind of situations that we practice frequently in training, being a couple points down with only a few minutes to go. These are the areas that you really need to execute your set piece in. We've got some real great strike moves, so I'm interested to see what we go with here.
So if you stay on your mark, please, and then Gloucester will come in.
14 unanswered points for Worcester Warriors in this second half. There are 11 down and Gloucester have overthrown it. And here comes Alex Matthews. Worcester might have some space. Shekels into the hands of Bradley. Bradley tries to find Laughlin. Laughlin tries to get around Kelly Smith, but she's well tackled.
Use it.
End-to-end stuff throughout this game today. Matthews again with another carry. Bradley steps off the left foot and comes in field. Tandy with another good tackle. Harry's this time. Can she find another score in this game? Worcester slowing it down this time. Moria against Samuda. Big tackle coming in from Gloucester-Hartpury.
Just step back for me.
It's edge of your seat stuff here at the Al Pass Arena. And Gloucester-Hartpury get a penalty.
Yeah, I don't think Worcester needed to be in any rush there with the position they were in on the scoreboard, but Zoe Elcroft over the ball there, maybe giving us another opportunity to claw this one back.
Time is slipping away
Another stoppage. It's difficult to know whether these help or hinder a side in the final few moments, but a chance to perhaps get a few extra messages on the field, maybe a last-minute replacement, a chance to find some calm. And you can see Zoe Oldcroft there giving orders.
Yeah, a captain that really does speak from the heart. She's so passionate when we have group chats like that, and so a captain that you really want to play for. She inspires the girls no end, so no doubt that her words there were strong.
Holding.
Well, she's got 2 tries in this game. That is a great touch finder. Gloucester-Hartpury back inside the Worcester Warriors half. Lineouts have not been an area of success in the second half for them. But what can Kelsey Jones do here? Finds her mark this time. Blackburn, well, she's well marshalled by Worcester Warriors. Gloucester have done well to secure possession. Samuda with the carry. Oldcroft steps in at scrum half. Copson that time. Wilkins finds Locke.
No 7, no. Advantage.
Well, it was penalty advantage and the referees brought it back.
Feet and then hands.
Another chance for Gloucester-Hartpury to send it downfield.
Yeah.
Needs the accuracy of Emma Singh's rocket right boot.
Looked as though there's a bit of a miscommunication on the pitch there with Gloucester. Not sure whether we were exiting, given the advantage. Hopefully we can find a bit more clarity with this last play.
Penalties creep up now, please keep them down. Wait.
Pressure line out ball for Gloucester-Hartpury, and it found its mark. What can Lund do in the midfield? Straightens things up. Blackburn feeds Maisie Allen on the pitch for the final few minutes. Wilkins, well, the referee plays advantage. That was a high tackle on Robin Wilkins.
9 high over the shoulder.
Yeah, just mentioning Maisie Allen there. She had a great game last week. Won our, inter-club player of the match. She was great. Young player coming up. Really stepped up for us last week, and it's great to see her getting opportunities in games like this.
Captain, 10. 3 penalties in the last 5 minutes, no more, otherwise someone goes. It'll be last play here.
Well, this is it
How many?
for Gloucester-Hartpury.
6.
Last play of the game. Kelsey Jones at hooker will surely pick out Zoe Oldcroft, and she has done. I don't think it was the desired target, but Gloucester-Hartpury have the ball in hand. Pick and go from Gloucester-Hartpury. They need to keep the ball in hand here if they're to get anything out of this game. Worcester Warriors, well, 3 penalties in the last 5 minutes from them. Need to be disciplined on their own line here. Inching closer. The defence is good at the moment, though. Worcester trying to hold them up. Referee tells them to release. Edge of your seat stuff here in the Allianz Premier 15s from the Al Pass Arena. Gloucester-Hartpury looking to try and find something in the final seconds of this game to make it back-to-back wins on home soil. Robin Locke with the carry this time, makes a metre. Gloucester-Hartpury getting closer to that 5 metre line. Might have found a hole there.
Coming the wrong side, thank you.
Worcester Warriors looked as if they might be over the ball there, but it's still with the cherry and whites. Inching forward. Throwing everything at them here. They might be over.
And that is a try! Gloucester-Hartpury with a score in front of the post in the final play of the game. They had to be patient. There had to be no error. And that is a fantastic end to this game. Heartbreak for Worcester Warriors. They worked so hard to get back into this game in the second half. My word, Millie, how's your heart rate?
Yeah, I mean, Worcester really weren't giving us any inches there, were they? But yeah, the discipline and composure from us there, the forwards working so hard together. Yeah, we've really highlighted that area of the game, and for us to have kept our composure right to the last minute is huge for us. And what a win! What a win!
And for the icing on the cake, Emma Singh slots it through the uprights. Full time then from the Allianz Arena. I'm not quite sure who got that final score, Millie. It could have been one of 10 players, couldn't it, really?
Yeah, I mean, you would say that was a team try anyway, wouldn't you?
Yeah. It was well deserved. No chance for error, no room for manoeuvre. And an excellent finish to what was a highly competitive game. Edge of your seat stuff, frantic all the way through. But full-time score then here from the Allianz Arena. 28-24 to Gloucester-Hartpury. The tries of the game then. This the opening score from Captain Fantastic. Zoe Oldcroft got things underway inside the opening 5 minutes. A real physical battle today, wasn't it, Millie?
Yeah, I definitely can't say it wasn't an entertaining one, can you?
No.
Right to the last minute, and as we've said all game, really evenly matched teams, and real testament to both teams in attack and defence today. I'm sure everyone will be very sore tomorrow, but yeah, very well matched teams, and both teams really giving it right until the last minute, which is great to see. And obviously, as a Gloucester player, it's even greater to see the final score going our way. Big week for us, and it's great to have got points from that one.
Well, this is the first Worcester try. This perhaps the pick of the bunch. Kelly Smith's long range effort rounding Katie Mattinson in the first half. Well, 21-10 at half-time. You thought perhaps that Gloucester-Hartpury might run away with it, but Sinead Harries managed to just edge them closer, keep them in contact.
I think all back rows for both teams today have been very critical in attack, but almost just as important in defence with the amount of turnovers. Stats would be really interesting as to turnovers that, you know, the likes of Georgia Brock and Robin Locke on our team anyway, and Sinead Harries and Alex Matthews for Worcester. But not only that, in defence, you know, watching them run the lines that they do is yeah, to have athletes like that in your back row just kind of strengthens your team throughout, really. And as a defensive team, you've really got to stay on your toes when you've got players like that running around the pitch.
Yeah, there'll be some tired bodies out there tonight, won't there? I'm sure. There was a real physical game, plenty of unforced errors, which I'm sure will be discussed on Monday in the review of today's game. But Worcester worked so hard, didn't they? They really fought back, and this was at the start of the second half where Alex Matthews crashed in under the post. The referee, well, he likes the suspense, didn't he? Because he made us wait for that one. He really held us on the edge of our seats, but that pushed the score to 21-17. Worcester Warriors were within 4 points at this stage.
Yeah, great score there from Worcester, and just to highlight Alex, actually, you know, this week has seen the return of the GB7 setup, and as we've mentioned, such an athlete, and she's involved in that setup, and really exciting opportunity for her. But just shows the adaptability of a player to be training sevens all week, to come back into the setup and then score a try from a pick and go in a 15's game. But no, complete respect for Worcester with what they brought today, and I almost feel like their league position doesn't really reflect the games that they bring each week and the performances they put in. Unfortunate for them, but as I say, as a Gloucester player, I'm quite happy sat here right now.
Well, this was the winning try, the final moment of the match. There was no time on the clock. Worcester were faultless really in defence in that last few phases of play. But it was just sheer momentum in the end that saw Gloucester-Hartpury crash over. They were 4 points down on that try and conversion from Emma Singh put them back in front and sealed the deal. Well, that is the highlight. That is full time. Gloucester-Hartpury 28, Worcester Warriors 24. Millie Wood, thanks very much for joining me on commentary today. I hope you've enjoyed yourself and enjoyed the game.
Yeah, very much so. Thanks for having me, and it's been a good day all round for Gloucester, hasn't it?
It has indeed. An absolute quality game of rugby here from the Allianz Arena. Sensational finish from Gloucester. From all of us here, thanks very much for watching and good night.
The guys that come to us stand out from the crowd. That openness to learn has been really good. For Gloucester Rugby, it's obviously really beneficial that we've got such a close link with Hartpury and we can get good students that are prepared to come in and learn. But also, it is really important that they actually get to experience working in an elite environment, working with players, working with coaches. Hartpury's a performance sport institute, so we're lucky that there's a lot of teams that they can then take that transferable skill away to and hopefully implement, you know, in their studies.
The provision for Hartpury and performance analysis is massive. You get the real experience of working in an applied environment for a year, but you also get the qualification with it. Also, the performance sport aspect that is there is huge, to have all the different teams and to be right at that top level.
We're really lucky actually that our facilities are on Hartpury campus, so that makes it easy for the students to come down and spend, you know, shorter periods of time with us. Whilst we can't take everyone, we can definitely facilitate the learning of a good group of people that they can then take back into Hartpury, and hopefully that will filter throughout the institute.
I've been inspired by lecturers who are experts in their field.
They give up their time and they really want to ensure that you get the best out of your education.
And they really dedicate themselves to making sure you get everything, you know, everything you need to know.
Whichever industry you might want to go into, you'll also be able to make the most of day-to-day contact with these lecturers who can impart so much of their own experience onto you.
They do really look at you as an individual rather than just a person in a massive population.
The staff aren't just there to, you know, lecture you. They're there to help.
It's just nice to know they look out for you and that you really matter, and that your views here matter, and that your knowledge is just being really developed, and they really care when you ask questions or when you have issues. So I just think it adds more of a personal touch to your education experience.